So this is a heat of the Wargrave Challenge Cup. It's for Women's Club 8, City of Oxford Rowing Club. Very distinctive blades they got, sort of blue with a white sort of slash there and red tops. And their opponents are London Rowing Club C Crew. I can't believe how many Women's 8s London Rowing Club have got in the Wargrave. It's a fantastic credit to the sport, to London Rowing Club. But there are so many women rowing at the Putney Club and trying to be competitive. This is the C Crew, and they are on the left of your picture. What do you reckon? They got about half a length there, Fergus?
I think so. And again, to have half a length on City of Oxford, who again themselves have had a terrific season so far. But London Rowing Club have very much been rising, both for the men and more recently now for the women, rising back up to challenge Thames Rowing Club on that Putney embankment. You know, I think a lot of people think that for too long it's been black, red and white, so to be able to have that navy blue and that white of London Rowing Club now rising back up the top, not just matching the top end speed, but matching the depth as well of Thames, and to have this C Crew out in front leading, to have a C Crew heading through to the next round of the regatta would be massive for the club.
Yeah, London Rowing Club C Crew. Nice tight contest between these two women's crews. On their Instagram, London Rowing Club said they head to Henley with some success at Henley Women's and possibly the most consistent crew at the regatta. Brackets in terms of height, fueled by stories from their decorated coaches, the likes of people like Ben Helm, Steve Kerr, Killian O'Shea. And what would telemetry Steve do? Well, telemetry is those measurements on the side of the boat. I don't think they're rowing with telemetry, but City of Oxford have manufactured a fantastic burst, and now it looks like their bows have come through London Rowing Club C, who are on the left field picture. This is a cracking race. Race of the evening so far, Fergus.
Oh, absolutely. And I think for City of Oxford, again, I think London Rowing Club, we've talked about their depth, but, you know, we've got to give the exact same credit to City of Oxford Rowing Club, who have had, you know, terrific season. You know, one of the highlights being, you know, headship at Oxford City Bump. Slightly different format of racing to what we've got here, but, you know, when it comes to racing and just attacking, you know, particularly over a long period of time, you know, through a number of rounds, as you get with bumps racing, to be able to win a round, then go again the next day and again, it's vital for Henley Royal. So to have that experience in their back pocket, I think is an ace card to play. Yeah. And yeah, moving very well, this City of Oxford crew.
Only 4 of these City of Oxford women have raced at Henley before. And what I love, actually, in the bio from the stroke Caitlin Armstrong is that she is a volunteer. She works with the charity Silver Lining Brain Injury, which takes people with brain injuries and puts them in a rowing boat as part of their rehabilitation. What a great thing to do for somebody who loves the sport of rowing. So you can't really pick it there. And those women from London are going to be thinking, what are our experienced coaches? What do they say to us now? The Remington roar, and there is nothing between the two crews as they come past Remington. Maybe London Rowing Club, but I want to say that, but City of Oxford, well, this is going to be a cracker right the way down to the finish.
Crossy, I think you called it. I think it's the race of the evening, perhaps, you know, one of the races of the day. We've been treated to some absolute beauties across this opening day of racing here at Henley Royal, but I think this one's going to come down to the wire, and we saw the early momentum with London, then it was back with City of Oxford. Now I think that Remington roar is starting. We're starting to see that effect a little bit now with that London Rowing Club crew. City of Oxford, they've got to be careful. Perhaps it's getting a little bit splashy in that crew, whilst the blade work with London is just so well drilled, which I think could pay dividends in the closing stages of this race.
Do you know, City of Oxford have put so much into the first 2/3 of this race. They've just put everything in to be level with London Rowing Club. You're just kind of willing them to find a little bit extra to make the contest tight in the last 500 metres. But as you say, this is where it really starts to hurt. This is where the legs are really screaming lactic acid that the muscles produce starts making the legs ache. But City of Oxford, that rhythm, that chunky rhythm, it's taken them into a little bit of a lead over London, Fergus.
They have. They've stepped on again. They've found another gear. And do you know, I think they've gone early. I think they thought, do you know what, let's just throw everything at it. It's 7:10 on day one of Henley. Let's just empty the kitchen sink. You know, we've been waiting all day for this race. They'll have had a little bit of a pre-paddle, get some of the nerves out. But, you know, I just think an explosion of power now we're seeing from this City of Oxford crew. And I think they've just grabbed this race by the scruff of the neck, and as we're coming past the enclosures, and they thought, do you know what, London, if you're going to come with us, you've got to match us, and we're going to go now, and you're going to have to race us, you're going to have to drag race us right the way through to the finish. James
Wills is just looking, not every other stroke, but he's looking over his right shoulder to see what London are doing. London are still there, James, 29-year-old Cox, and you are going to have to keep your women focused and keep yourself focused. I look out of the commentary position now. There is something like 200 metres to go.
Crossy, this is brilliant. City of Oxford, I think, again, they've just absorbed another move. London Rowing Club have just run out of gears. I think they've run out of responses because City of Oxford have just gone and gone and gone again in the final stages of this race. And, you know, when the camera panned earlier, it was just, there was nothing separating them. But here they are, moving out to 3/4 of a length, 2/3 of a length. This has been a tremendous second half, particularly second quarter, final quarter of the race from City of Oxford.
This is one of the greatest days in the history of City of Oxford Rowing Club's women's rowing. A fantastic performance from these 8 women and their coxswain. They crossed the line ahead of London Rowing Club C, who served up for us an incredible race. I don't know if City of Oxford will have the energy to celebrate. London Rowing Club hang their heads. That's the 7 women of London there. Just Billy Ryan lying back in the boat, exhausted. That was a cracker.